If you have your savings in Naira, that's not saving, that's coping. And I say this with all seriousness. Over time, we've seen how the Naira has risen and falling so badly. The Naira is literally very unstable for you to bank your savings or your investment on. People who save in dollars are not saving in dollars because they want to flaunt it or they want to feel like they belong or they want to say, I own dollars. That's not the point. That is not the reason why. They are just being very smart, making wise financial choices, because we've seen over time that Naira is not something you should depend on. For example, let's say you had like 100,000 Naira about 3 to 6 months ago, and you could use that 100,000 Naira to buy a standing fan. As at now, 100,000 Naira cannot buy you a standing fan anymore, right? You would need like 120, 130, 150,000 Naira to buy a standing fan. Now, if that money was saved in dollars, by the time you're converting it back to Naira as of now, you're going to be getting around the amount that is needed to buy that standing fan. What that means is saving in dollars helps you retain the purchasing power of your money. So instead of leaving money in Naira, it constantly devalues. It's very advisable to save in dollars. I would always say it. Like, I won't stop saying it. Save in dollars. It is very, 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 very important. As an average Nigerian, right, earning in Naira, I would say that you should not have the bulk of your money saved in Naira or in the bank. What should be in your bank should be like money that you need for day-to-day expenses. If you have, like, let's say you're working class, you receive your salary, you know how you apportion your salary, like, oh, this is for investment, this is for saving, this is for spending. So what should be in the bank that is what should be in Naira, should be the amount that you want to use for spending. That's all. By the bulk of your money, that is what saving investment, it should be in dollars. And it's not only about saving in dollars, right? You could also invest. You could choose to invest your money in stocks, in cryptocurrency, whatever it is. But the advice here is to not leave all your money in the bank, because that savings that you're keeping there is going to be worth so little in a few years or few months. Oh, why am I saying yes? In few months to come, for something that has consistently shown you what it is. Please don't trust it. Because the thing is, anytime that we hear Naira fall, everybody gets it. You think you don't get affected, but you taking a bus, the conductor increasing the fare, you're going to buy spaghetti that you've been buying all this while, and the book tells you that the money has increased with 100 Naira or 200 Naira or 500 Naira. That is it being affected. If you're doing business, you know that most of the things that you buy is in dollars. You've converted from Naira to dollars. Everybody literally gets affected. So why would you, as a Nigerian that has experienced so many of this situation or the current situation, why would you still choose to save in Naira? If you don't take anything from this video, please take saving in dollars in 2026 very seriously. I know it's good for you when you're spending here, but when you want to do important things like moving money globally, the Naira fails you. Let's get it straight. Saving in dollars is not really a big investment, but considering the rise and fall of Naira, saving in dollars is like a mini investment. Saving in dollars is basically like a safety net. It gives you the confidence to live freely, to build, to grow. It's like a superpower, kinda. If you notice, those guys that actually earn in dollars or people that save in dollars, they don't really come out to complain that, oh, the Naira is this, you don't really hear them complaining because they've made like smart or wise decisions, right? So save because their money in dollars. So they don't really get affected with all of these rise and falls. They're still spending. You'll be wondering, like, where this money they come from? Maybe all of us, they experience the same suffer. All of those kind of questions, but they're not complaining because the source is bigger.